there in New York City, there's a dock there that had 32-foot water level. And they had Queen Elizabeth, or Queen Mary, British ships. They had a French ship, and they had the George Washington United States ship. Were ships, the only ships you could dock in there because they didn't have enough water. By the time they loaded, they couldn't get out. So they
just all the stuff they put on the ships sunk them down to where they were in the mud, huh?
And the ship that I was on, we went to Casablanca, and it docked there at Casablanca, and they didn't put us into the dock that night. They said that the water would come up. The tide come in.
Right.
Was raised the ship up enough they could move it up there and go ahead and move off what they want to take off and move it back out and do whatever they're going to do, take it. But we were that close to the water, to the bottom, and then we had a bunch of paratroopers and I don't know what all on that ship. Company commander well, he put our company in to be KP on that ship. That way, we get something to eat. Everybody else only got 2 meals in 24 hours. But we got something to eat. And I got put on in the officers' kitchen. Boy, we had some food on there, I'll tell you. Good food.
So not only were you getting to eat more, you were getting to eat better food.
Yeah.
And when you got back from Casablanca, they put you on the piers in Brooklyn?
Do what?
You were working security on the piers in Brooklyn?
Yeah. Yeah, see, we had some of them on ships. They were on the piers. And I had my biggest part was on the street, on that 4th Street out there. No, we were on 2nd Street. I was on that street out there, and that's where they brought the freight in to the dock up there to unload them, and they'd come off. They had to come across that street over there, and we had to watch that pretty close because we didn't know when somebody might sneak in there or sneak on them or whatever.
And that stuff was going over to the troops that were still fighting.
Right. We were the horse there to pick up a load of prisoners of war to come back to the United States, and we didn't make it. My company made it, but there's 82 of us that didn't make it because of the way they had the thing drawn up for the men. And we're supposed to pick up prisoners the next day and got on another ship and come follow them back across. They'd probably been in the same convoy they was on, but we didn't make it.
So that meant you had to stay longer in Casablanca?
Well, really, about 11 months more.
Than you were supposed to?
So
how long were you in North Africa total?
We got into North Africa in I guess it was April. April we got off that. No, it was May. We got off that ship, and they come on back.
And what year was that?
That was 1943.
1943 in May.
And then June, we boarded the ship, a British ship, with Italian prisoners of war on us, and took that to England. And this is no cargo ship, just a boom thing. Boy, didn't have any food on it to speak of. Didn't have anything on it. We slept in hammocks, and we could not keep the hammocks up from 6 in the morning till 9 at night. And it was
How long did it take you to get from North Africa to England?
Well, actually, it took us 2 weeks, but we laid over the Straits of Gibraltar for a week, waiting on the rest of the ships to join up to make that trip up over there. And a little German Lycean plane flew over, and what he was doing, flying over and getting pictures so they could see what that convoy was going to look like, what they was going to have in it. And he didn't quite make it. We shot all kinds of ammunition at him up there, and a little British seafarer ship took off. He took off from his ship, flew out, caught that little plane over Spain, shot him down, turned around and come back. So we got rid of that one. A couple of days later, we moved on, headed for England, and we got up, was going to go through the Bay of Biscay, that was between France and England. We was going to go in there and go up into the island between Ireland and England and unload, and that's where we catch that's where they keep us till our convoy shipped us back.
Back to North Africa?
Yeah, back to North Africa. We thought we was going to be coming back to the United States. They'd wait for convoy to bring us back to the United States.
So they pulled a trick on y'all?
Yeah, we didn't do that. We went back to North Africa.
Did y'all have to worry about U-boats?
Yeah, we did. We had little submarine chasers with us all the way, in and out. And we never knew when they was after a submarine catch, you might say. We zigzagged, and in the daytime we'd be going along there, and somebody said, Charlie Dodd, you're smoking badly. I was telling one of those ships that he had smoking, that smoke would go up and attract the German. Our old ship had 10,000 troops on it, and had 2,000 sailors and Marines and merchant Marines.
And that was your original troop that went from New York to Africa?
Yeah. Yeah, that was our basic training troops.
And what was the name of that ship?
George Washington.
George Washington.
We were with a group of training. Then we get it all out. Get up there training and getting things ready to go. And we didn't know it, but we got 9 weeks of training, and they was getting 17, 18 weeks of training.
So they got y'all out of basic in half the time?
Yeah.
Just because they needed you so bad?
Yeah.
For those prisoners of war?
Well, see, the day that we got off that boat in North Africa was the day that the Germans surrendered in North Africa. And
that's Rommel?
Huh?
Rommel?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Rommel and oh heck, I can't think of his name now, but they had 2 of their big generals that was over there.
And so the prisoners that you transported were part of Rommel's Army?
Yeah. Yeah, they were.
Tank crews and stuff like that?
They was a. They had their. Well, I try to remember what the groups were, but they had some of their crack groups over there, and the United States went over there and pushed them back out of there, and they got out into that desert out there. And there's one of the guys from the 36th Division told me, he said, we was out there in that desert out there. He said, they had sand and what little bit of foliage they did have out there. I said, every day there's no Arab come out there, and he rode a white horse. Yeah, I'll trade us candy for food. Trade us candy for food. I said, we don't know where he got the candy. I said, but anyway, he had the candy, and we had. I said, he wanted to get cigarettes off of us, and he said, we noticed that every day, a while after he left, the Germans just bombed the hell out of us with artillery. They had long-range artillery. They fired the heck out of us, and said that it wasn't long there for a few days. And one day, there's a captain told the old boy, he said, "Let me have that gun." They let him have that gun, and he shot that Arab off the horse out there, and said, "You know," he said, "to stop that damn artillery stuff coming back in there." We shut them down.
That guy was a forward observer, wasn't he?
Yeah, that was their observation. But the way Arab probably didn't know it, but he's going from foxhole to foxhole, dealing with these guys, and those Germans, they was getting the.
He had that white horse; they could see it.
Yeah, they was picking up the stuff they needed. That prison out there, we had those Germans in, and
that prison was in Casablanca?
Huh?
The prison was in Casablanca?
Yeah. Those prisoners, they brought those prisoners back from the front lines and put them in that prison. And then whether they get what they wanted, they ship them out to where they wanted to go with. United States or England or wherever. They got searched when they caught them and put them in the stockade. They just had to make a fast search. They send them back to us, and we put them in the pen out there, and that would hold probably close to 1,000 people in there, but they'd just take those prisoners in there, and they'd have two lines down through there, and they'd take those prisoners down there, and they'd put them up at the end of it, and have them take their blankets. They'd follow the line down. They'd take their blankets and lay that blanket down out there on the ground. Then they'd take all their stuff that they could keep, that they had in their packs, and put that on that blanket out there. The thing they couldn't keep, they put back, and we put that in a pile out there where they take it in later on. And many times, after it was all over with, there'd be P-38s, cameras, field glasses, bomb, hand grenades, German hand grenades, and I don't know what all. But we found where they had taken them, just stomped them down the dirt out there in the back, but just to destroy it where we didn't get us.